This is Larry Frank, frankly speaking sports. It was only 4 days ago, that's right, 4 days ago, where the Pittsburgh Steelers finally did what everyone expected them to do. It just took longer than everybody expected. What did they do? They signed Aaron Rodgers. And you may ask, why did they sign Aaron Rodgers? Well, there's a clear cut reason why they did sign Aaron Rodgers, but it may not be what you all think. Now, remember, this guy is 41 years old, played in the league. He's going on his 21st season. So it can't be about mobility. It can't be about arm strength because he doesn't throw the ball well deep anymore. He doesn't have the mobility in the pocket. And he's only thrown 63% passing completion last year. So what is the reason why Aaron Rodgers is being signed by the Steelers? Well, part one is this. He is probably the best quarterback on the roster right now to give them the best chance to win. We know this team is going to have a dynamic defense. They're going to have a top 10 defense. The big question now without George Pickens is what's going to happen to the offense. So they bring in Aaron Rodgers. Now, you have Skylar Thompson on the depth chart, you have Will Howard, and you have Mason Rudolph. So obviously, Aaron Rodgers is the best choice. Now, you may ask, statistically, he had a good season last year. Threw for 3,800 yards, 28 touchdowns, 11 interceptions. But you can see the deterioration in this quarterback. Of course, it's going to happen. He's 41 years old, like I said, 21 seasons. So why? Why in the heck would you bring him in? As a bridge quarterback, maybe? Well, not necessarily as a bridge quarterback. Indirectly, yes. But you know why? It's because they got the steal of the draft. And no one's talking about this young man that they drafted in the 6th round. Its name is Will Howard. And I'll tell you what, Will Howard is going to be a great quarterback. The question is it going to be with the Pittsburgh Steelers? And they know he's not ready right now. Of course he's not ready. I still believe no quarterback that is a rookie is ready to start in the NFL. There needs time to sit. You need time to learn. You need time to develop. And you need time to ask questions and have them answered for you. And what better guy to do that than Aaron Rodgers? See, Aaron Rodgers has learned from Brett Favre's mistakes. It was years ago when Aaron Rodgers came to Green Bay and Brett Favre refused to mentor Aaron Rodgers, saying it wasn't his job and it's not in his contract. And Aaron Rodgers doesn't want to make the same mistake. And they brought in Aaron Rodgers. I guarantee you part of the agreement between the Steelers and Rodgers was, we want to see how good this kid is. We need you to mentor him. And part of signing the contract was that he would. Now, he probably would have anyway, but I can guarantee you that was a main topic among Mike Tomlin and the Pittsburgh Steelers organization. When you look at Will Howard, he threw 4,000 yards last year, 35 touchdowns, 10 interceptions, had a completion rate of 73%. He also can run the football, 226 yards rushing, 7 touchdowns. But he wasn't drafted till the 6th round. Why? Why, you ask, wasn't this guy with those statistics drafted? Well, a couple of reasons is they said his arm strength. He didn't have a lot on his deep passes, his decision making, and his athleticism. Brings me back to a story back in the year 2000. If you weren't even born in 2000, oh my goodness. You know, there was a young man that was picked in the 6th round, actually the 199th pick of the NFL draft in the 6th round, just like Will Howard. They said the reason being is because he had issues with deep throws. His arm strength wasn't good enough. His speed, his mobility. Now, the one thing this young man does have, Will Howard, is speed. But you know what? This guy did not even start in 2000 before he was drafted. When he played for Michigan, he did split time with another quarterback named Drew Henson. You may recognize who this man is. He's the greatest quarterback of all time, Tom Brady. Tom Brady, it's mimicking exactly what Tom Brady went through. And there was a lot of quarterbacks that they said couldn't make it in the NFL. They said Drew Brees and Joe Montana didn't have the arm strength to be great quarterbacks in the NFL. Boy, did they prove you wrong. They said Phil Simms, Josh Allen did not have the decision making um, ability to be in the NFL. They also were worried about Patrick Mahomes, who in college, don't get me wrong, made some good decision making and showed that ability, but he did make some risky throws as well. So you can take all these scouting reports and put it where the sun don't shine, because you never know what you're getting in a quarterback till you get him on the field and go ahead and see what he is made of. Now, I'm going to tell you, this is why Aaron Rodgers is brought in. And Aaron Rodgers even made a statement that he is going to do everything he can to help Will Howard succeed. And I'll tell you what, folks, if you're ruling this kid out, you're making the same mistake that so many people did not see in the year 2000 when they did not see Tom Brady having the ability to be a good quarterback. It's nothing new in the NFL. It's nothing new. There are so many quarterbacks who surprise people. And I'll tell you what, Pittsburgh, if they do this right, because let me tell you something, Aaron Rodgers is not coming back next year. This is it for Aaron Rodgers. I'm going to say it right now. If Aaron Rodgers tells you differently, he's full of it. This is his last year playing football. Next year, he'll be 42, and he doesn't have it anymore to play at this level in the NFL. And it's hard to admit that. But I'm telling you right now, if they do this right, let this man sit, let this man watch, let this man develop into all the lessons and all the knowledge that Aaron Rodgers is going to be able to provide for him, this kid could be another great NFL quarterback still. I'm Larry Frank, Frankly Speaking Sports.